Hi, it is the Human Operating System time. This channel is for education and technology only. So today I'd like to share with you an extreme critical element of the 1850 and pre-1850s Wing Chun. We want to clear out what is Wing Chun. And with this video, I have no comment on the 1960s platform Wing Chun or today's general Wing Chun. So I'm very specific. I'm talking about the 1850s and pre-1850s Wing Chun by evidence. Okay? We need historical evidence to present what we are talking about. Now, we like it or not, in today's words, Wing Chun is a technology. Okay? So Wing Chun never is Tai Chi. And Wing Chun is also not the white crane from Fujian or the art from the southern Shaolin as the white crane of Fujian and Ngozhou and so forth. So, why is it? By what evidence? This is what I like to share with you today. So, we want to put this issue, we nail it, we clean it up once for all. Because for past hundreds of years, this is not clear up, and that is not good. Because it is a technology. Now, let's start. As a general, okay, so if we solve a differential equations in mathematics, there is a general solutions and a particular solutions, okay? So let's go this way, mathematics scientific way. As a general, the Chinese, since 450 years ago, the time of General Qi Ji Guang, you always have a long fist art and a short strike art. You always have that. Okay? And the short strike art had many variety. It evolved. And the Shaolin has the Shaolin short strike art, which is the mother of the southern Shaolin short strike art, such as Ngozhou and the white crane and so forth. You can read from history how this from General Qi Ji Guang to Shaolin short strike, and then you can see the common denominator of this Shaolin short strike art. And Wing Chun is also is an evolution from the Shaolin short strike art. Okay, now we need to eliminate Tai Chi out. Disregard it is Chen Tai Chi or Yang Tai Chi. It is not a short strike art per the Shaolin short strike art. Okay? So bottom line, it is a different type of technology. Now, within the technology, the engine of the technology is critical. The engine meaning how one develops strength or the handling of the momentum or this core. That is critical. So a Tai Chi core, the way how they develop it, is not going to be applicable to Wing Chun. Because it's belong to different technology that belong to the long fist. This is belong to the short strike, Shaolin short strike in particular. Okay? So we eliminate the Tai Chi out. And not just saying, oh yeah, you know, because this move look the same, look similar, so it is the same. No, that's not the case. You don't want to have a look-alike smartphone and say that the Android phone is the same with the Apple phone or iOS phone. Okay, we need to look into the content. Now, as for the Southern Shaolin art, in past 100 of years, people always saying that Wing Chun 1850s or Wing Chun is the Wing Chun from Fujian, the white crane. Well, is that true? Well, we know today, per the writing of 1850s, the Wing Chun 1850s or before the 1850 do have the component of the white crane, but it is not white crane of Fujian. So this is where I'm going to zoom in to you and share with you once for all. We need to straighten this thing up. Okay, if you look at the Southern Shaolin art, how did they condition their body? How did they generate their strength or the force? How did they handle their momentum? You can see that they core in one thing, be it in this white crane of Fujian or Ngocho or so forth, and that is the Sanjin sect, the Sanjin sect, the Sanjin sect, okay? And it has the uniqueness of shaking the body and vibrating the shoulder. Shaking the body and vibrating the shoulder. Of course, it's involved the shoulder blade. So, the Fujian term for this is called You Xin Tun Ga. You shake your body, you vibrate the shoulder blade. So, you can look at the white crane or Ngocho, okay? And I want to make a clarification here. I'm not practicing Ngocho or the Fujian Wing Chun. Thus, my body, I will not be able to do as those experts in the Ngocho or the white crane. However, I can show you is, for explanation's purpose, the Sanjin stance, okay, the shaking of the shaking of the body and vibrating of the shoulder, and it will be like shake off the water drops from my body type, okay. That is the You Xin Tun Ga, the uniqueness of the Southern Shaolin, which is the common denominator or the common type of the white crane and Ngocho. You can look at it. Okay? Sanjin and the You Xin Tun Ga, the shaking of the body, vibrating of the shoulder. So it is like shaking out the water drop of the body. Now, Wing Chun is not using that. Wing Chun 1850 is not using this type of quote-unquote core development, strength generations, or momentum handling. Okay? Wing Chun is not using You Xin Tun Ga, shaking the body, vibrating the shoulder blade. Wing Chun is not trained that way. Wing Chun trained us equivalent to the Sanjin, those type of engine training. When I say equivalent to the Sanjin, I mean the body conditioning, the engine development. Okay, not equivalent about the techniques and so forth. You know, the same level of it, because you have martial art, you need to develop this body core for your strength generations and the momentum handling, and of course your core handling, right? You look at the Sanjin, it's the core and all the strength. As the Gong, as they say in Chinese martial art, Kung Fu Gong, right? Wing Chun 1850 is not using that. That Yu Xin Tun Ka, shaking the body, vibrating the shoulder blade. Wing Chun 1850 is using Mei Shi Zhuangs, not the Santin stand, but the equal shoulder stand with the yang side outward. Okay, so the weight is on the outside here, yang side. So the breathing right away going down to the lower abs. And then using the Se Xing Yong Dong in Mandarin, or the snake slide, the worm moving. To condition the body. And so Wing Chun 1850 is using the Yi Ji Ka Miao Ma, which is the weight on the outside of the legs, so that you can breathe deep naturally, using the snake slide worm move of the Mei, and then torquing, the torquing of the body from the tip of the toes to the head, torquing, okay? So it's a torquing. So you see, one is the Sanjin stance, which is shaking, like shaking away the water. One is in the Yi Ji Ka Miao Ma, where you breathe deep, and you snake slide worm move, and you twerking while you snake slide worm move. These are two very unique ways of develop the Gong, or the engine, or the handling of the core, handling of the 6 core elements, including the strength generations and the momentum handling. Okay? There is no gray area there. Now, so with this snake slide worm move, okay, of course the entire body go with it. Okay? Every joint, the big joints like the snake, the small joint like the worm move. Now, this is not shaking off water type of technology anymore. Okay, now, so say for example the techniques of Biuji in 1850s, it is not tense up the finger and poke up. It is actually, this entire hand is loose, the arm to the finger is loose, and then it gradually tense up to the tip, following the meridians of the body. This is called transporting the strength, or this is called Fa Jing. Fa is activate, Jing is just strength with direction. So this is the 1850s development of Fa Jing. Okay, so as in my book Wing Chun Inception, you can see that when it's exhale, it aligns with the strength, it aligns with the chi flow, the synchronizations. Okay, so this is the type which is developed in Xiu Lim Tao. Same thing, it is not this. It is not this where you tense up, you push up. It is actually, again, all is loose, and you gradually, continuously strengthen the arm toward the hand, toward the finger. So again, it is not like this or like this. It is loose the entire thing, and it keeping strengthened in a spiral way up. There's the 1850s. Again, for the palm strike, all loose, it strengthens slowly, gradually. It's not have this and push it up or striking up. No, it is transporting the strength out. So this is very different than the white cranes or ngo zhou's you xin dun ga, the shaking the body and vibrating the shoulder blade. Of course, the entire body is shaking. You know, if you look at the in the YouTube, there are many grandmasters showing that. Okay, the leg, the entire core, the leg, the body, the arm, all is one piece. And so the in Wing Chun, in the Xiu Lim Tao, is this the same, but it is using different type of technology. The same meaning, it handling the legs, the core, the arm. That's the same, because every art has to be able to handle the leg, the core, and the arm. However, one is using the snake slide one move of Ermei and the torque. The other one is using the shaking of the body and vibrating the shoulder blade. So it is this clear. Okay, and due to different engine, different strength and momentum handling, even the same techniques, the techniques which looks the same, to define it more clearly, is not going to be the same stuff. It is like the techniques is like the chassis of the car. Either the engine is Ferrari or Porsche. It's different. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. This thing needs to be clarified, clean up, nail it down. So it is like we talk about pattern in the technological patterns in the Silicon Valley. It needs to be cover the general, cover the particular and specific but details with all evidence, support it, and also to tell what, why, how. That is technology. Unless one have things this clear, one really don't know about the technology. So for past 100 years, you can see many hearsays, legends. Wing Chun is just the Wing Chun in Canton is just the offspring of the Fujian Wing Chun. Well, is that true? You look at the engine. It is not true. Those are just hearsay, baseless. Wing Chun is Tai Chi. We are soft. Is that true? Did the Tai Chi have the snake slide warm move and have this transporting of the Jing this way? Which is prepared, designed to use for short strike. It is not. So Tai Chi is Tai Chi, White Crane is White Crane, Ngo Zhou is Ngo Zhou, Wing Chun is Wing Chun. Every style have their uniqueness. Not to say who is better than whom. No, that's not the point I'm making this video. The point here is, if you got a pattern, you better know what is in general, what is the specific, what is the particular, what is the claim, what is the technical details there, how, why, what, so you can develop that thing. Otherwise, who knows what is it? So this is to share with you today. I know this thing might become a shock for many people. Well, this is a technology. It has to go up to this level. Otherwise, nobody in the mainstream scientific way will take you serious. Because we won't be able to describe what it is. It's like, you know it is this, you know it is this, well, you know I don't know. So this is now making everything clear, so that one be able to know what, why, and how, and develop it with quality and be able to develop it. So this is to share with you today. It is year 2020. This thing has to be cleaned up.